From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Heads Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Hello everyone, I want to remind you there is a free Weather NorCal app. Go to your app store, your Android or your iPhone, search for Weather NorCal. Okay, then you'll see this icon right here. Tap install, you're downloading the app for free, and before you know it, at the palm of your hands, you've got everything that Weather NorCal has to offer. If you don't like it, take it off your phone, but I think you're going to want to keep it on your phone. All right, here's a look at Crescent City. This is going to be really the story for everyone. We've got some blue skies kind of off in the distance there. We take you out to Lake Oroville. Look off in the distance, we can see some of those high clouds, and off into the foreground here, closer to us, it looks like we are seeing some blue sky, but more in the form of some of those high and even a few mid-level clouds here for places like Oroville at this point. Taking a look at Trinity Center, there's some of the blue sky that we're seeing there as well, otherwise partly to mostly cloudy skies there. And we take you out to Lassen Park, out at 6,700 feet. Kind of filtered through those high clouds, we are seeing some of the blue skies there as well. Same story across all of Northern California. Dry and mild to start off the week with a unsettled weather pattern by the middle of the week. What I mean by that is by Wednesday, we've got a chance for showers and then a better chance for some heavier rainfall coming in by the weekend. Now, snow levels on Wednesday as low as 3,500 feet, climbing up to 5,000 feet and higher by the time we get into the weekend. So this looks pretty impressive here, but the main impact is just going to be clouds. These storms really aren't going to bring us any rain. Now, there may be a chance for a sprinkle or a light shower up to the north because we've got a storm system here that'll be riding off to our north and east. A mini inside slider, if you will. And what that will do is bring a chance for a few showers for Siskiyou, Modoc, and not to mention northern Lassen, which we'll see here in a second. So today, we're still seeing the mix of sun and clouds out there, but it will be a dry day. Then we go into Tuesday morning, could see some patchy morning fog for the valley, not to mention many of the inland and mountain valleys as well. Tuesday afternoon, there's that slight chance for some showers. Siskiyou, Modoc, northern Lassen County. Again, nothing significant, nothing to write home about, but mainly dry for your Tuesday. It's Wednesday that we've got the first push of moisture coming in. Now, looking at this, here's where most of the rain will be Wednesday morning. To the north and west, we've got moderate to even heavy rainfall. You head into the valley, a lot of this is what we call virga. It's rain that evaporates before reaching the ground. The air is pretty dry right now, so we've got to resaturate the atmosphere. And this is what this first push of moisture is going to do. It's going to help to saturate the atmosphere. There may be a few sprinkles to start off Wednesday morning. Snow levels will be between 3,500, 4,500 feet, so places like Mount Shasta City, mid-Shingletown, right? Around Bernie, maybe a bit of a mix, but I think maybe all snowflakes for places like Chester, Susanville, Alturas, but all in the form of rain for Weaverville and Hayfork. That's the case through the day on Wednesday with those snow levels. But now we're seeing heavier rainfall pushing through to the late morning and early afternoon hours on Wednesday, so better chance for measurable rainfall in the valley. We're still seeing some decent snow off between 3,500, 4,500 feet, but you'll notice behind it, we've got some drier air or drier weather moving in, which means chances for rain start to diminish after that. So taking you through Wednesday evening, I'm expecting on average, 1/4 of an inch of rainfall for the valley. Now, the north end of the valley around Redding, maybe closer to 1/2 of an inch. And you can see maybe 1/2 an inch or upwards of an inch, especially out towards Del Norte County, and then much less rainfall off to the north and to the east. We take a look at those snow totals, and it's not going to be much. Now, typically what happens is when the futurecast picks up on places like Mount Shasta, it looks like that could kind of indicate some of the mix that we might see. I think we'll also see a bit of a mix out towards Bernie, around Shingletown, but say Viola, for example, I think you'll see mainly snowflakes, not to mention out towards Chester and Quincy and even Alturas, but you get the idea, it's not going to be much. Where we see the pinks, which is 12 inches or more, is where you start getting above 6,000, 7,000 feet over some of those higher mountain peaks, right? So that's where we're going to see most of that snow, so it won't have a huge impact on your travel. All right, let's talk about atmospheric rivers because you are going to hear about it all week long. Whether you're watching your local media, whether you're on social media, you are going to be hearing about atmospheric rivers over California. Here's the first thing I want to point out. The strongest atmospheric river will be to our south, central and southern California. That's where the main atmospheric river is pointed. Number 2, we will be looking at anywhere from a Category 1 to Category 2 atmospheric river scale. Now you're probably saying, well, what are you talking about? Well, most media outlets don't talk about this impact scale. They just say it's going to be an atmospheric river, and then everyone freaks out. No, we're looking at weak atmospheric river conditions here. We're not looking at 4 or 5s, or even a 3 for that matter. All right, so let's take a look at what the forecast models are projecting. Now again, keep in mind we're going to be between the blue and the green. The blue and the green is within the weak to moderate category, okay? So as we go into Wednesday, it's weak, and that's basically mostly beneficial rainfall. We'll take it. We don't anticipate any flooding on Wednesday. Now, as we go into Saturday, this is one model, this is another model, here's another forecast model. So you can kind of see they're spreading out. They have some disagreement. So you see how close they are together. As you go more and more in time, we start to see the forecast models start kind of disagreeing at different times and intensities. Okay, so that's why we can't sit here and go, here's exactly what's going to happen on Saturday. Here's exactly what's going to happen on Sunday, because you can see all the discrepancies in the long-range forecast models. Pretty good agreement on Wednesday, right? We're going to see the showers. But as we get into the weekend, we're going to be fine-tuning that. Here's my overall projection. I think as we go into Saturday and Sunday, in particular Saturday really, I think we're going to be getting somewhere within the lower scale of the green, meaning a moderate atmospheric river 2. All right, that's my overall projection. So let's take a look at the moisture content, right? We take a look at the atmospheric rivers coming in. This one's the weak one. This is what's going to bring us the rain on Wednesday, but it's not going to be a ton of rain. It's going to be beneficial rainfall. Okay, here's the next atmospheric river, or Pineapple Express, right? That's what we've all known it to be for years and years before the term atmospheric river came into play here. But there you can see there's that atmospheric river. Now notice where that main atmospheric river is aimed. I'm going to do this. You see where it's aimed? All right, so it's to the south of us, San Francisco, but not quite Southern California. So it's right there in Central California. So what happens is you get these disturbances that kind of push through and they tap into that moisture and we get the rain. And I think we're going to see heavy rainfall on Saturday. But look what happens as we go into Sunday. That atmospheric river shifts to the south. So look where it's mainly aimed now. It's mainly aimed at Southern California. But we've got this area of low pressure right here. Counterclockwise flow. We'll tap into that and we'll see the showers move on in and some decent rain coming in on Sunday. Now, as that area of low pressure moves to the east, we'll still have leftover moisture in place. Wraparound moisture will bring it up into Northern California, bringing us probably even more rainfall. But I think at this point, the heaviest rain will be on Saturday. Then another disturbance that could be tapping into the leftover moisture, giving us maybe some more showers by next Tuesday. All right, so let's take a look at that, what it looks like on the rain, okay? So we go into your Thursday and Friday. You see how Thursday, we're not seeing much, right? And as we go into your Friday, not seeing much either, in fact, if anything. But here's the atmospheric river right here. Look what happens. See where it's aimed? It's aimed right here. Now, this is the main atmospheric river right here, okay? But you can see we're still seeing some of that coming into Northern California. This is when we expect some of the heaviest rainfall at this point. Now, we're seeing it shift to the south, but this area of low pressure, counterclockwise flow, brings that moisture up northward. We see the showers on Sunday, but not as heavy on Sunday. Monday, same situation, kind of wrapping around, and we're still seeing it kind of coming up. However, that being said, with the approaching storm coming in from the north and west, that could bring us more rain Monday and possibly even into Tuesday of next week. So you get the idea, we have rain in the forecast, but the timing and the intensity of these storms is yet to come. And that's one of these stay tuned type of forecasts. All right, let's switch gears. Let's talk about our wave heights for today, around 7 feet. We take you into your Tuesday. We're going to see them drop slightly back down to about 6 feet. So for the rest of the day today, I think many of us will see upper 50s, maybe even some low 60s for some of the warmer spots in the valley. Otherwise, in the 40s to low 50s for the higher elevations, mid 50s Trinity County, mid to upper 50s for the coast and inland. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. There you can see dry today and tomorrow. Now, we could see a stray shower for places like Mount Shasta and Alturas, but the rest of us will be dry. There's Wednesday's system. I've kept a slight chance on Thursday, but for the most part, it's going to be this weekend that we're going to see the bulk of the rain moving on in, higher snow levels by the weekend. For the valley, dry today, dry tomorrow. Temperatures hovering around 60 degrees, give or take. Showers on Wednesday, and then maybe a chance for some leftover showers Thursday morning. Otherwise, dry Thursday afternoon and Friday, and then more showers coming in for the weekend. Here's your 7-day outlook for the coast. Dry today and tomorrow, but those showers coming in Wednesday with that break Thursday afternoon and Friday, and more wet weather for the weekend.